Lydia said, "I don't trust you." Connie said, "You're evil." Lydia may indeed have noticed that I have a tendency to become enamored with some woman in a vacation course with Landmark, or in any case, anytime that, there's, well, most especially Linda in Russia, in the Soviet Union. And her, 11 years later, I mean, I really fell in love with her. Fantasizing that things that she said about some other boyfriend referred to me or whatever, but 11 years later, I mean, in the first case it was just unrequited love for sure. 11 years later I met her in India when I went with the Hunger Project kind of to honor Lalita Benavli, a powerful force in India for ending hunger. Anyway, I re-met Linda, hoped and tried and failed to get her to come to my bedroom in the hotel that had been a Raja's palace, with a little hemispherical or whatever mirrors all over the wall. I mean, this is like from I think the 1700s. So romantic. And just even getting there was like a demonstration of my manhood when our taxi driver who'd brought us from, I guess, Delhi or something, tried twice to take us to a hotel that I did not specify. And after the second try, I said, take us to this former Raja's palace. Otherwise, bad service, no pay. He got it. Took us there. And 11 years later, having failed to entice Linda to my bedroom, we did meet around dawn and kissed at the Taj Mahal. Booked. That was that. That was it. Nevertheless, I was married, and Lydia didn't come to India because of her sensitivity to suffering. She felt would be too challenging for her to be in and see the reality of India. And it is a little tough. Not just tough, but partly quite tough. Anyway, 5 minutes. So Lydia didn't trust me, and I can see, it was quite prophetic when I came to Germany in 2001 to spend a week in satsang or whatever with Ramesh S. Balsekar. For some reason it's important to put the S in there. Anyway, with Ramesh, and that's where I fell in love with my German lady. And at first, as I said, I thought, oh, I could have a mistress. Super. No. Nicht erlaubt. So, I was certainly untrustworthy. And before I met this woman, with whom I ended up living, before I met her, at the same place, the same night even, I think, earlier, there was a beautiful, beautiful grandmother, I think, of age 46. I don't know, can't remember her name. But very beautiful, and I pretty much fell in love with her. But she was not all that interested. I mean, not like the one who later was interested, with whom I fell in love at first hug. Anyhow, I could have a mistress. That's super. That's very manly. Very successful. Anyway. But at the same time, as all this went on, or shortly before, I had kind of finished the physical installation of my newly revised laboratory in the basement, with 2,000 plastic drawers and 500 cardboard bins, God knows whatever, something like that, organized, and fantastic pile of electrical shit, all categorized and all brand new. Wow. I loved electrical shit. And it's a clear instance of what you own owns you. What I owned me. How far could I move from this perfect laboratory setup? Except somehow, when it came to finishing, hooking up the computer center or whatever, at least I needed a file server and a client or whatever. Anyway, I just couldn't do it. And I realized I've got nothing to do. I don't have any customers anymore who say, this is what I want. This is what I need. Nobody needs what I have to offer. I have nothing to offer. Shit. So this was part of the space that went off alone to Germany and ended up in love with a new woman. I couldn't go anywhere with this monster on my back. 500. What did I say? 500 square feet. I don't know. Perfect lab with perfect stock and nothing to do. Well, looks like a new life was in order. So it's not just the Partnersucht, but that's partly it, and the ego boost of, wow, a mistress, 15 years younger. Ah, well, the male ego. So, 10 minutes. Oh, that's just about enough. So I just wanted to throw in there, first of all, about being evil and untrustworthy, which turned out to be true. At least the untrustworthy. I still don't know what she meant when she said I was evil, but there was a moment in which I would say minorly, but did betray her. So, and I have to say that, well, it came after the announcement that I was evil, but I must say that it was evil.